Good morning, fellow Nigerians across the globe. As you already know, I am George Onyibe. Of course, without wasting much of our time this morning, I want us to look at the message I simply titled, A Moral Lesson for the protest that is being organized by Sowore. A moral lesson for those people who say they are Igbobiafra. A moral lesson for the entire Nigeria regarding the ongoing protest to free Nnamdi Kanu. You see, if you were born, let's say in the 90s, and you don't know how Nigerians function, you are going to have a very long walk. And I won't blame you much. But what if you were born in the 80s? And that means your level of ignorance, it's unimaginable. And what about those born in the 40s and in the 60s? Would they play the same fool's game? My brother, let me remind you first of all, that Nigeria, the last time I checked, is the only country we have, most especially when you are in Nigeria. And this Nigeria is a work, or it's a project still ongoing. A lot of things is wrong, and you cannot correct it without calling out the main actors. And so when you call Yoruba, you say you hate Yoruba, you hate Yoruba. They have their way of responding. When you call Hausa, you say they hate us. Hausa won't even mind you, but they have their way of reciprocating. Then call Igbo. They are killing us, they hate us, they marginalize us because they are masters of that game. But watch whether the crime is committed by Yoruba or Hausa. They will have a minority they use as a tool. And that is why today, when the Igbo people want to disassociate from the supposed Igbo coup, they will remind you that Chukwumanzogo is not an Igbo man. Exactly the same thing Sowore is doing. By the time Sowore end up getting what he's bargaining for, most of you already think Sowore is a Yoruba. And so we begin to say, oh, Yoruba people, Yoruba people. But when you know the truth that Sowore is a jaw man with identity crisis, trying to rob from Yoruba glory, which is impossible, it is late already. We would have crucified Yoruba, we would have called them name. It is applicable to when you hear about Tafawa Balewa. You think he's the Fulani. He's not a Fulani man. Moritola Mohammed is not an Hausa man. Somewhere along the line, the game of Wazobia must be addressed. And so let me first of all apologize to you if you are a majority under the Wazobia. I mean you no harm. I have nothing against any of you. And I'm not driven by hate. But you see, we can't solve Nigerian problem if we begin to cover anybody. And somewhere along the line, our brokers may not favor you. It may favor you. But have it at the back of your mind. We already know the truth. And what we are trying to do absolutely is to prevent the next generation from making the same mistake. We almost fell for them. But God salvaged us out of his infinite mercy. And as far as we continue to push this agenda of Wazobia, Nigeria is not going anywhere. Because you can't come out openly and fight for Igbo people. You can't come out openly and fight for Yoruba people. Neither can you come out openly and fight for Hausa people. Because if you want to check the true standard of morality, we should not be fighting for any of them, but rather we should be fighting for all ourselves. If you follow my platform, understand we are not here to massage your ego. When you love us, we love us. When you hate us, it's your choice. When you see us as puppet, beggar, call us name, we love it. It's your choice. There are certain things that has been happening. We only call your attention and say, pay attention to these people. I'm not here to drag anybody down. But the truth I know, there is nothing you will do about it. Let me digress so you will understand. Recently on social media, everybody is dragging Very Dark Man regarding the case he's having with B-Lord. And I've warned Very Dark Man before now. Forget about this one, they are calling you Rate, they are hypering you. If you don't take time, because you are not the one saving Nigerian army. You are not the one saving Nigerian police. You are not the savior of Nigeria. We know how savior ends. Nnamdi Kanu is a savior. Sowore want to become a savior. Very Dark Man is a savior. He's neither my friend nor my enemy. But when they are hypering it, I think Very Dark Man is a Bini man. When it's hypering it, tomorrow they say, oh, it's Bini people, it's Bini people. Like when Sowore is done, they will say, oh, it's Yoruba people, it's Yoruba people. And thou shalt know the truth, and the truth will set you free. For those of you who are rattled, drop your insult because I want more insult. But you will not have sense. The Very Dark Man you see, I don't even know what he has done. But I know from the day he went to Obogo in Anambra and condemned NAFDAC for doing their job, I knew that guy has been compromised. He went to China and talked about business. He was hijacked by Igbo people on the way. And so if you check what he's doing, it's simple. Igbo people call for it. In case you don't know where Very Dark Man is going to, that business, Igbo people have so many of their videos. When the studio is ready, we'll be analyzing them. One of them is saying that Igbo people control Nigeria economic. They can hijack or sabotage Nigeria economic because you have monopoly over buying and selling, import and exporting. So in your tiny mind, you think you can hijack Nigerian economy. You are lying and hallucinating. Because yes, you have monopoly over buying and selling. You are the guru in business, no problem. But that dollar will come to nothing. Remember, 99.9% of dollar gatekeepers in Nigeria, all of them are good at the change. Hausa people. From the first bank to the tiniest microfinance bank, your dollar must go through Hausa man before you can get its real value. So sabotage the government economy. Nigeria will tell you, for instance, that any dollar that is older than 5 years is not allowed in this country. I shall see how you people will do it. But when we tell Igbo people, be calming down, they say, you hate Igbo people, you did this, that. Everything Very Dark Man is doing is boiling down to one thing. Just repetition of what Adamu Farouk said, which we blamed him for it. But Igbo's shenanigan called for it. Because Adamu Farouk, according to them, audio leaked with Kunle, was saying that all these things Igbo people are doing, we will learn it. And believe me, it was not a threat, it's a promise. Where I live now, Hausa people have supermarket, Hausa people have boutique, Hausa people have, name them. Hausa people are riding Okada, Hausa people are doing everything we are doing. The level of commitments are missing. And I'm sure in the next 2 decades, we shall know who is the business guru, because they are learning. If you look at what Very Dark Man and the B-Lord they are doing, they are just dragging themselves up and down. It doesn't make sense. We have a standard organization. They failed us. Because ordinarily, if you are producing fake, you produce fake. If you are producing original, you produce original. And so Nigeria is a market where anything goes. So I can go there and tell them, produce this phone, the same thing, 1 million naira. And another person can go back there and say, produce the same phone for me, 20 million. Now, it's about the quality that determines the price. But when we do not have standard organization to come out and tell us the real quality, how do we know who is cheating us or who is not cheating us? How do we know if Very Dark Man actually want to drag down B-Lord, or what do they call him? Or how do you know if there is something they are hiding? But let me tell you what I see there. The Very Dark Man last mission, or this mission here, is that all the pattern Igbo people are using to do business, he will get to all of you. But unfortunately, he has compromised himself. When I look at what people are saying, we saw his Buddha, we saw this one. When he went to do celebration of fish magnet, it was the same people he's attacking that were carrying him along. If we are poor today, and that is because we don't want to compromise us. It's not about the like, share, everybody say you are a good man. We've seen a bunch of good men and bad men. And certainly we're trying to find out the difference between them until we begin to see the positive impact and change we all desire as human beings, first of all, before Nigeria. We're not going anywhere. Why did I have to bring it up? The same emotional game Sowore is playing. Now, before we dive into that, let me make it clear. If you look at African Charter on Human Rights, under the code Rectification and Enforcement, it allows everybody for peaceful demonstration and association. And then if you come to the Nigerian Constitution, section 39 and 40 specifically, under the 1999 Constitution as amended, it gives us the right to protest. And so nobody should think it's not their right to protest. But then that very Rights Act has a clause, because we know that in the course of this protest, it could turn violent. And so somewhere along the line, the security agent has a role to play. Sowore say, as a German claiming to be Yoruba, that he want to protest for the right of Nnamdi Kanu, supposedly Igbo man. Why is Yoruba people not calling Sowore to don't bring stain to their name? And Igbo people that know Nnamdi Kanu is a criminal, why are they not saying anything? That is where the complicity of Wazobia gets involved. Now Sowore is jumping up and down. We have to protest. He's going to market. Let's hope before the end of the day, they will not burn any market down. Thank God you are not coming to the south. You can do that in your southeast, supposedly. And if Abuja allow you, you can do that. If Yoruba allow you, go Lagos and burn Lagos, burn Tinubu house. Now, it is simple. Nigeria is in a very dicey situation. No room for protest. This case of Nnamdi Kanu in question is a controversial one. Why? Because many Igbo people will go to protest, counter-protest. You can't release Nnamdi Kanu, let him face justice system. Many Igbo people. But many Igbo Biafra people with Sowore is going to protest. You must release Nnamdi Kanu. So tell me, Why wouldn't there be crisis? Because if I was in Abuja, and then I see people protesting, releasing Nnamdi Kanu, me, I will counter them. Nnamdi Kanu go face justice. And I can get angry. They can get angry. And then violence will clash out. But when two elephants fight, the grass suffers it. You, innocent Nigeria, in your shop will be looted. Some of you will be unalive. Look at NSAS. Nigerians came out to register brutal confrontation by the Nigerian police. All of a sudden, Nnamdi Kanu hijacked it. Today, the victim of NSAS, nobody has a moral ground to analyze what they went through. Because by every means necessary, they need to stop that protest because it had been infiltrated by Nnamdi Kanu and his fellas. Now let me explain to you how Nnamdi Kanu functions. Those of your brother who are ready now to do protest, if you have their number, call them, tell them to come back home. Because there is nothing you will do that will release Nnamdi Kanu. I'm coming. When we were in IPOB, the last protest we organized was in Rivers State when I was with them. And that was during the inauguration of Donald Trump, his first tenure as the 47th president of America. We somehow supported him thinking he will come to our rescue and give us Biafra. But thank God, it's a will that will never be. Because if not, all of us, including me, will be in trouble. We organized on how we are going to go about this peaceful protest. The instruction was simple as the African rep and the Nigerian national coordinator. I said, so that those who are not part of this project cannot hijack this project, this protest. This is what we are going to do. Let me give you the intent. I said, for instance, I was in Rivers State then. I said, some of you come out at Oyemel, another come out at Rumukurushi, another assemble at Rumuola, another assemble at Garrison, another assemble at Waterline. I said, our melting point will be Waterline. The idea was that many travelers will be there. Many innocent people will be there. It's more of a public place. Everybody can find their way. We organize it properly because we know the protest can be sabotaged and the military will not fold their hand. And we know if things get out of control, we need to find our way. But understand, we are not going to destroy anything. Our intention is just get a video clip. Even though it's 30 minutes or 20 minutes, we are gone. We can hyper it and elongate the whole process and look at it as if we shut the place down. Even if it's 10 minutes, but something can go wrong. I remember in that very protest, the DSS came to us right there in Waterline bus stop. I was with the chief security officer, supposedly. And they stopped us because they know that guy. And I was with them, and they were not hiding what they were saying. Their instruction was simple. Organize your people so that they don't block the two lanes. We are not here to harass you people, but we cannot allow you people to block the lane. It makes sense to me. The DSS was fully on ground. They were fully armed, but they didn't shoot us. They asked us to make sure we stay one side of the road, only one lane, and not to block the road. Which the chief security officer then, who is running for his life now, because all of them know Nnamdi Kanu is a criminal. That guy now is a pastor, so that he can hide very well, but they didn't do anything anyway. And so we were able to moderate everything peacefully. But in less than 1 hour, as scheduled, I begin to hear calls. They are shooting us in Obibo. They are shooting us in Obibo. They are killing our people in Obibo. They are killing our people in Eleme Junction. And I called the person in charge of Eleme Junction, or River State. I said the instruction was simple. All of us are supposed to meet at this point, and everybody go from the same point. Because there were people coming from Bayelsa, Delta State, everywhere. We coordinated it in such a way that we do our protest and everybody go back. You know, that time we say all roads lead to River State. And then I asked the person in charge of River State, who authorized the protest to continue in Obibo? Obibo was not designated as a starting point. Boom! It was Amarachi, the one they call Amarachi Ibe Gift. And Amarachi Ibe Gift, whether I say Nnamdi Kanu girlfriend or whether I say Nnamdi Kanu cousin, I don't know. She's just a practical scallywa. We don't see much of them these days. I called Amarachi. I said, why? Did you people have to start protest in Obibo? This is not part of the planning. He said, Onyendu say, Nnamdi Kanu say. I don't argue with her as far as he said Nnamdi Kanu say. I went to the DOS and I always observe how they will react. News started coming in. They are killing our people. Images of wounded people started flying up every day. And they were like, what is going on? I say, who authorized protest in Obibo? They said it's Nnamdi Kanu. And it is Amarachi that is leading that group. Maybe Nnamdi Kanu or Amarachi is in the position to answer this question. It has turned violent. And by the time the security agent begin to hear about the violence in Obigbo, they descended on those of us who were at waterline. Because the situation has become unpredictable. They have to stop us by every means necessary. We registered huge number of casualties that very day. That issue was not revealed. That issue was not discussed. But then I learned a secret about Nnamdi Kanu. He creates a group and gives them opposition. He makes them to fight each other. And the secret behind this is absolute power control. And so every group must go back to him for validation. Check autopilot of Simon Ekpa. He never respected Chike Doziem. But Chike Doziem is a buffoon. He never knew Nnamdi Kanu is using all of them. If you come to the DOS, he has HOD and DOS. And I'm sure Uche Okafor and Dr. Clifford Iruanya has never had any confrontation. But it looks to me that both of them are mortal enemies. Because Nnamdi Kanu turned Uche Okafor against Clifford Iruanya and Clifford Iruanya against Uche Okafor. That is HOD versus DOS. We knew the game. Because I've actually worked with a boss who behaved that way. Those of us working for him, he don't want to come into the office and see us smiling and laughing. He will attack me. Honestly, that man loves me. That man trusts me. And in one of those instances, he came and see all of us working for me. We were happy. The man broke out anger on me and started harassing me. But if I'm not convinced that man loved me like a son, I would stop working for him that day. And then after unleashing his anger, insulted all of us, he walked away. One of those workers there, he see you in the verse. That's what Oga they do. You know it in the verse, Oga? I say no. He say meet us, they play together. For in mind now, as we they play like this, we go feel collide, stealing property. Then I be this anger. Say, they like to see us in workers together. That was when I learned that power game. So when we are playing, we just had his comment. Everybody, we can even begin to fight. And then he's happy. That is the kind of power game. Now they cannot play on the head of his moron. But you see, we didn't go to school, but we have sense. We reason anti-clockwise. We can't fit in easily, except it is genuine. Because we will investigate, scrutinize, review every process before we put our full chest. And so, having told you how these people function, now they cannot constantly create opposition group. Go and look at the BSS. He turned them against the Lion Squad. And listen to Nnamdi Kanu comment in the last court appearance. He was calling for fundraising. He told them to pass a message to the ambassadors. And they should also consult the Rising Sun. These are oncoming group, yet unknown to many Mugu who say they are Biafra. But we are waiting for the Rising Sun and the ambassador. Make una come out. We dey wait for now. No be one Nigeria. But you people don't know. He's calling to raise funds. What are they doing the raising fund for? To buy water for the protesters? Or to buy gun for the protesters? What is the fundraising for? And they are inside their forum, contributing money, some of which has made them to remove the Nigerian Interim National Coordinator. Because it look like, as usual, they have said that one stole money because it is in their nature to betray themselves. So in a dicey situation like this, the court, for once, lived up to their responsibility. But that flexibility in the Constitution gave condition. Whether you are opposed or you are in support, no protest. Not in the Federal Capital Territory, not in social location, not in social location, and backed by the police, who have received court order, court injunction to make sure the protest does not go on. Now, let us assume Sowore is the president of Nigeria. This is not about the president. This is about the three arms of government. He has not come to the executive order yet. But let us assume Sowore was in the position of Tinubu. And then Tinubu is doing exactly what Sowore would do. How will Sowore react? And it's obvious we have to be grateful to the Creator that the progressive-minded Nigeria has never taken Sowore serious for any reason. Because as far as I'm concerned, he's a charlatan. Nothing more, nothing less. Having the courts and the police informing the public that there will be no protest. They are saying, no, we must protest, we must protest, we must protest. Ndibo, we must protest. Find stick, go and protest. We are waiting to analyze what will happen. But believe me, this is not what we want for anybody. This is the time you people have sense. What has come out, is it not 2 times? As a presidential candidate, none of them, he didn't pick Igbo person. Why are you people deceiving yourself? He's now the savior of Igbo. All your governors hate you. Your senators, all of them hate you. But Sowore has not thought about it. Let me take Nnamdi Kanu as my running mate. I swear I will vote for them. Because we can now legalize ammunition under their reign. No, Sowore, to prove you love Igbo people, try and come out this election coming up. Choose Nnamdi Kanu as your running mate. Let Nigerian constitution permit him. Let's give you people 4 years to rule so that you know what is leadership. It's not about going to your Sahara reporter and talk rubbish. No, we have passed the age of looking at what you are writing. We are looking at the mindset behind what you are writing. What you write doesn't concern us. When you praise us, we want to know why you are praising us. When you insult us, we want to know why you are insulting us. Whatever you do, that is why Igbobiafra has not been able to infiltrate us completely. That is why I call my Benin people. I call them to pay attention. Some of them don't understand. Maybe they think I'm looking for validation. These same people, that is why they have been able to infiltrate the Benin people. Today, somebody says, I'm Eshama, I'm Urumima, I'm Ekpomama, I'm in this one, I'm not Benin. Igbo people, Biafra did it to you people. And Yoma, who believe they are Igbo, are doing their Igbo nonsense on their own. And those of us who say we are not Igbo, are doing our own nonsense, not Igbo on our own. But so far, they've not succeeded in instigating us against ourselves. Because everybody must be objective. What are they looking for? Igbo people, are you the one calling for the protest? Or one a German claiming to be Yoruba is the one calling for the protest? Has he become a more moral man than your governors you voted for, that is in charge of your life? Or you people want to write another Nigerian history with the blood of your people? It's unfortunate. All you can reason is buy, sell, import, export. That is all you can reason. Common sense to live among other people, you don't have it. The inside market, see their face according to Nnamdi Kanu. All these Biafra, their face be like monkey and baboons. According to Nnamdi Kanu. No wonder. Because I see the one Sowore is encouraging. Yes, we shall go and protest. We shall go and protest. All of them look alike. It's a shame. With all your union, with all your organization, you people can't reason. So they don't have told you. You need Nigeria as much as Nigeria needs you. But if you want to go, you need to begin to bring people that will speak for you. So don't think that civil disobedience will go with unpunished when the main purpose is forfeited. Yes, it's your right to civil disobedience. But that your right to civil disobedience, let it not encroach on the right of another person. Today, many people had appointments from the south that would have traveled across the southeast to do what they want to do. They cannot go there. But Igbo people, you people mark it that one day we will wake up in Delta State and no motor will cross River Niger because we will do our own seat at home. That time, you people will cry foul. Igbo people, don't forget that one day we will go to Umuapu or Ilele. We will make sure no motor from the southwest will enter River State. We will block all the major roads. We will do our own seat at home. Because this is what you are doing to us and we are not complaining. And come to think about it, Nnamdi Kanu is not fighting for the interests of Nigerians. He's fighting for the interests of those he perceives to be Igbo people. Unfortunately, these Igbo people come from Israel, and this is Nigeria, according to them. Nnamdi Kanu is not fighting for the amendment of constitution. He's not fighting for restructure. He's not fighting for constitutional review or national confirm. He's not fighting for the interests of Nigerians. He's fighting for the interests of few minor criminal-minded people who don't know their history. It's a shame you people are not able to pick the facts together. Let me explain something to you so you pay attention. Why this protest must result to violence. I want you to watch those people who are on social media telling you, oh, Igbo must unite, Igbo must unite. For some time, they denied that they are not part of Igbobiafra. But I told you people, when I saw Biafra was a scam, they asked me to join political participation. That is when we opened the de facto customary government, which was headed by Alhaji Asare Dokubo. When that one we discovered is a fraud, they tried to push me to Igbo unification. I told them I am not the one that will tell my father that we are Igbo. And in all this, they cannot use me. I told you, these people are the same thing. All those things all of them are Biafra people. All of them are the same agenda, whether they know it or they don't know it. Now, go to the platform of those who are doing Igbo unity. You will see they are louder in the free of Nnamdi Kanu protest more than even IPOB member, because they are the same people. Go and look at those people telling you we are coalition. Go to their platform. It's a shame. Nigerians will allow themselves to be used over and over and over again. And of course, I must appeal to the president of Nigeria, Ahmed Bola Tinubu. Don't let them hear what you say. Let the judiciary and the legislature do their job. The police, the army, they are there. Let them do their job. Don't even say anything. If when they give you a report, you have a publicity secretary, you have spokesperson, you have personal assistant, let them do the talking. Don't even say anything because you are their target. They want to discredit you. This was some of the reason why Aseko Kwabe granted a press communique to the BBC during the war and said nobody should pity the Igbo people. That what they are going through was self-inflicted injury. We blamed Aseko Kwabe. We condemned Aseko Kwabe. And when it happened tomorrow, they say, oh, it's Tinubu. Oh, you know we hate Yoruba, so let's attack Tinubu. You people are hallucinating. But of course, the president has the right to speak or not to speak. But we, based on extensive knowledge, we are begging the president. Allow the judiciary, the legislature, of course, the police, the army to do their job when necessary. Let them do the talking. Because the moment they see what you say, they will create a scenario to justify all their hopelessness and shenanigans. The purpose of this broadcast is simple. Those of you who are prepared to go for protest, enter house. The fundraising Nnamdi Kanu is doing for the protest, let him and his family eat it. After all, our monthly due is within Nayanya. They siphoned it to another account in Kenya. And they told you that German closed down the account. That is how they disappeared our money. But they are the one calling me thief. Igbo people get sense. Igbo people get sense. Fellow Nigerians, the last part of this broadcast. You see, when it comes to protest, the illusion is high. And I won't blame you if you join. But have it at the back of your mind. You go collect. There was a particular protest we were organizing then in IPOB. That should be the first protest of IPOB ever in Rivers State. We just started like child's play. Maybe we are like about 700 that were doing the protest. And we were singing and chanting. We were walking along Aba Road. But you see, as a coordinator, I try to organize and make sure no looting, because we don't want it anyway. But I noticed some people in their shop, when they see us passing and singing Biafra song, not those small, but all of them will start following us. I told you that day, if we were about 1,000 people that came out from that protest, those of us who are IPOB member are not up to 70, not to talk of 100. Other people were drawn into what they don't know. And when it goes wrong, we that are planned inside will escape. What you have left is collateral damage. Why am I saying it? You will see them. Sowore will wear that his car. I said, revolution now, you think he like you, he don't like you. His children are in America. You self will think nothing will happen, you will enter. My brother, you will collect. I will be interested to tell the world how you feel your pain. And I will ask the doctors and the police to add pepper to your injury, even pour acid. It will look inhuman. But we are begging you. If Nnamdi Kanu is supposed to be fighting for Igbo agenda is not greater than the agenda of the non-Igbos. When they're fighting for Nigeria agenda, we will beam a satellite on them and be watching them. But it's unfortunate that after 65 years, we don't have a neutral voice that speaks for all of us. And that is the journey we have embarked on. Unbiased Nigeria. It's not as if your people have not been offended. It's not as if your people has not been wounded. But somewhere along the line, we must come together and heal ourselves. We are yet to see that. The moment you give somebody endorsement, they turn mad and turn rogue. It's a shame. We have to walk this path for a very long time. I'll go to the comment section, receive my insult, and then move on. And I appeal to the Nigerian police, the Nigerian military. Don't think it is Sowore and his men. The ambassadors of Nnamdi Kanu are on ground. The rising son of Nnamdi Kanu are on ground. This is the new name for their terrorist group, unknown gunmen. They have their job. You see those that were calling Nnamdi Kanu on Radio Biafra during the NSAS. You see the direction Nnamdi Kanu was giving to them. Go to Benin City. There is some gun we keep in Benin City. Take the gun, kill one army, you take another gun, you kill another army, you take a... It's not on Radio Biafra. But most of those people who are around him, doing interview for him, they have delivered message in code. And you will not be able to disciple it. Not because you are dumb, but because you don't understand how they function. I remember when I visited the Nnamdi Kanu in Kuje prison then. When the correctional facility people found out I was the one, the instruction was that they must record our conversation. And we said, no problem. And recording our conversation, Nnamdi Kanu could not tell me openly his message. He spoke some code. And I understand everything he said perfectly well. And we had our conversation and we moved on. The people there don't understand. And so in most cases, you see him come out and say something. No, it's a coded message he has sent to those who know. It's a little bit brilliant. And just that he thinks he's the only one who has that brain. He's a little bit sharp guy. Only that greediness is what will destroy him. And so don't take what they say for granted. Just look at Findi. The Findi was meant for a particular purpose. It was to cover some criminal group to destabilize Abia State, especially. Okezie Ikpeazu was their target. But the Finde ended because it looks like Nigerian security or intelligence officers were able to code. So when you see him putting on Finde, why is he not wearing Biafra? He wanted to metamorphose to Finde. There are two reasons. He is a shareholder in Finde company. And so the more he advertise it, the more money Finde have. But Finde company may not know. Just like many paint companies have their seat owned by Nnamdi Kanu and his family member. Or many Mugu IPOB don't know. But what stopped the Finde madness? He took life, which are not in the information, which are not in the public domain. They carry Abia State coordinator and give to Akwa Ibom by the name Mendia. Mendia was the one who Mumu himself, not knowing Igbobiafra, using him as they always want to use everybody. I went to protest. Now it's not Biafra, it's Finde protest. Mendia is dead. Igbo people don't talk about it. He died in Abia State. They were doing illegal protest, impersonating the Finde company. So you will not know their Biafra. Ndi Igbo, where is Mendia? But when we look into this issue now, maybe Mendia and his group may have killed police or have killed army. You people will deny him. It's not Igbo. I think it's Akwa Ibom people coming to cause problem for us. I think it's the same way Nnamdi Kanu use Ebonyi people. Before you know, everywhere Ebonyi, everybody Ebonyi, every atrocity Ebonyi. Make una get sense. It's not the hatred of anybody that drives us. But we have seen this evil first class, and it will not prosper under our watch. It doesn't matter how long you choose to go. I see Mercy here. I greet you, Mercy. Good morning from here. Let's see. I see Eid, gentle. You see small guy, short. He don't run. Small group. Well, I don't understand what you say, Eid, but let's go on. And I see Kingsley. You say, what really happened between you and iPod? Because I used to enjoy your broadcast. But what really went wrong? I discovered the truth, my brother. And I will not allow them to sacrifice me on the altar of their greed and selfishness. And I choose my path. And I advise you as fellow Igbo, those people calling for division of Nigeria, they are making money on the blood of the real Igbo people. And this is one thing I will not allow them to do. They made them a promise, nobody will be allowed to sell the next generation of our people. Nobody. I see you dog when you Let's see. You know, this is my POS phone. You know, they let me read in our comments well, but don't worry. I will soon stop POS business. I'll meet very dark man, make him give me cheap phone in Yoshi. Well, I will attend to your insult later on, so that we'll continue from there. Numerous of you. Ukioma, I greet you. We'll continue from there. All of you do have a nice day. Avoid protest. Nnamdi Kanu has 2 ways to live. Let his governors begin to beg Tinubu. Let them negotiate. Or let him face the justice system. If they like, let him claim sickness. He's not running anywhere. This time, just 2 ways. Face the justice system. Or let your governors go and beg Tinubu. Oh, General Tinubu, if they come to beg you to release Nnamdi Kanu from the prison, make you listen to them well and put better chain for Nnamdi Kanu waist. Oh, President Tinubu, without them no come beg you, make you face our justice system.